Porsche Top 5 is back. Last year's rally episode was missing one model. And that's why we dedicate this whole episode to probably one of the most legendary rally cars ever, the Porsche 959 Paris-Dakar. As Walter explained to us, the predecessor was the so-called Porsche 911 4x4. The following model did look like a 959, but still had the engine of the 911 and did not yet have the electric all-wheel drive. 3 models were sent into the rally across the desert in January 1985. In the end, all 3 cars had to retire due to accidents and mechanical failures. The next steps in the evolution were made after the rally throughout the year 1985. And comparing both models, the newer one was literally rocket science. Let's start our top 5 959 Paris-Dakar highlights with the chassis. While the aerodynamics of a sports car aim for the lowest possible drag coefficient, the engineers of the 959 had something different in mind: the prevention of buoyancy. The Porsche 959 has nearly the same downforce at both high and low speeds. From a material point of view, the 959 also set new standards. A combination of aluminum, synthetics, and galvanized sheet steel reduced the car's weight to a minimum, increasing the performance, of course. Another highlight of the 959 is our next topic, the four-wheel drive. Since the Porsche 911 4x4 had won the Paris-Dakar at its very first encounter, the Porsche team was thrilled to repeat that success in the following years. The first generation of the 959 Paris-Dakar models from 1985 had the simplified four-wheel drive of the 911. But bad luck ended the first attempt of the 959. The year after, the 1986's 959 Paris-Dakar models then set a new technological standard. The decision regarding what was best for the car was now made in collaboration with a computer. The four-wheel drive had 4 different driving programs. Mode 1 was called traction for a stiff connection of rear and front axle. Mode 2 was called ice, directly derived from the street-legal 959. This mode offered a continuous increase of locking on the axles. Modes 3 and 4 were automatic functions that optimized engine power, differential speed, and many more features. All in all, the new four-wheel drive was remarkable. In combination with a reworked engine unit, the victory of the 959 was inevitable. Comparing both model years, the engine of the reworked 1986 959 Paris-Dakar is no less impressive. The bi-turbo unit produces 400 horsepower. Quick tech talk for all engine nerds. The 7-bearing crankshaft is operated by 6 titanium connecting rods. 2 overhead camshafts on the 2 cylinder heads of the flat engine keep 4 valves per combustion chamber running intact. While the headwork is conducted in a water-cooled environment, the cylinders are air-cooled. Mixed cooling also produces an effective water heating of the car interior. Probably the biggest technical highlight is without a doubt the 2-stage sequential turbocharging. To put it simply, the second turbocharger joins when the RPM and the pressure is right to get the maximum performance without any turbo lags. On top of that, they carried out some changes exclusively for the rally, our top 2. The engineers reduced the power of the 959 Paris-Dakar to 400 horsepower for a very practical reason. You can't get the appropriate racing fuel in the desert. Sometimes the teams had to refuel with 86 octanes. Therefore, they chose less boost pressure and adjusted the electronic ignition accordingly. Furthermore, the Paris-Dakar had a 200-liter capacity in the fuel tanks. To make the car even more stable in the desert, the suspension was designed to be heavy-duty. And in 1986, the 959 Paris-Dakar did its duty. Porsche started the Paris-Dakar in early 1986 with the same driver setup they had used the year before. Jackie Ickx, René Metsch, and Roland Kussmaul drove the 3 959 models through the desert. Kussmaul was also the engineer of the cars. He worked as supporting flying service on the desert roads. The 1986 edition was the hardest Paris-Dakar rally so far, but the new model showed their performance. Metsch led the race, Ickx in striking distance, and Kussmaul at a safe distance right behind the 2 leaders. After 14,000 kilometers in 22 days, only 67 competitors of the 488 starters showed up in Dakar. Porsche finished first and second, and Kussmaul came in 6th place. After this success, Porsche saw the mission Paris-Dakar as accomplished and did not start at any desert rallies in the following years. The Porsche 959 Paris-Dakar was built just 6 times, 3 models each for the 1985 and 1986 edition of the legendary rally. Stay tuned for the next Porsche Top 5 episodes coming 2021, and let us know in the comments what you would like to see. See you then, guys!